Hello everyone, my name is Fabulous Fish.
And I'm Cat2B101.
And this isn't really a Let's Play, so let's just call this a First Impressions. Welcome to our first impressions of the Shadow of the Colossus PS4 Remake. I don't want to update. So we're going to talk a little about what this game means to us as we dive in. So for those of you who don't know, Shadow of the Colossus was a game made by Team Ico, originally released on PS2, that later got kind of a remaster on PS3 with the same graphics but a way better frame rate. I have played through the PS2 version several times and the PS3 version up to platinum it. This is my favorite game of all time. And I just had Katie play it a few months ago, actually.
I did, and it broke a little of me on the inside because it's super emotional.
And so I've been super interested in playing this remake since it was first announced, honestly. I have actually already played through the first battle of the game just to see what the remake was like, but I decided to show this to Katie and just record it, see if... Just kind of get like our first reactions captured by it.
I'm excited to see what the graphics look like.
Yeah, no. Sounds good to me.
Midnight mode.
And then you gotta adjust the brightness, which I'm going to use the recording screen. Hoping that looks good. I love how this one's like, this game automatically saves your progress.
Thank you.
So this remake, I believe, was made by a completely different team that had nothing to do with the original. And the first thing to note of it is I love the box art. It looks so much better than the original box art, which I always thought was underwhelming.
Yeah. Good. They kept the music
the
same.
Yes, that's the other good thing, is this game's soundtrack is phenomenal.
Oh, yeah.
And as far as I can tell, it's the original music without any changes, which is good, because there's no way they could possibly change it for the better.
Yeah. Wow, it looks really... It looks so, like, crisp.
The environments look good. I have one major point of criticism already, and that is I hate the way they made the character models look. We'll see that more when we see his face.
Oh, okay.
But it looks absolutely terrible, to say the least.
Wow, the mountains look really good, though.
No, the scenery's environments are all, like, perfect.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's aggro.
I'd also like to make this clear, too. I'm going to be super, super biased with how much I love the original version of this game. Okay, so I'm just letting you know ahead of time. This is not an unbiased review or anything. This is my perspective as someone who thinks the original game is perfect.
Yeah.
So, the fact that I'm praising anything at all should be a good sign.
That looks really pretty.
Yeah, it does. I actually haven't seen the opening cinematic because I skipped it
when
I was just doing my quick playthrough.
Huh.
I just want to see what
I'm
it's like.
surprised that they picked this game to have a remake. I didn't think it was that popular.
I mean, I think it was the best-selling Team Ico game. It got kind of a cult following over the years.
Yeah. So. Ooh, look at that sun, like, or the moon, I guess.
Yeah.
The moonbeams. Oh, that looks really good.
Oh, it does. This game was kind of underappreciated for its time, I feel like. Mm-hmm. And I feel that it's gained a following, though still not anywhere near what it deserves.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like a lot of people just tried it and didn't, like, they kind of just quit and didn't.
I feel like people didn't get it because this isn't a traditional game at all.
Yeah, if you don't get it, then, like, you're not gonna really like it.
I'll say this. A lot of games give you a storyline with the intent of giving that motivation to play the gameplay.
Yeah.
This game kind of is the opposite, where it tells its story to you through how you play the game.
Yeah.
There is no story in the cutscenes. It's just this.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of, if you ever played Journey, which is a much more popular game than this.
Yeah.
Kind of reminds me of that a lot, so. But
Damn.
I think it's done better here. And that's saying something, because I think Journey's an excellent game, too.
That looks really good, damn.
Yeah, I love the way they made the environments look in this version.
God, imagine Xenoblade with a remake with graphics like this.
Now, I do have another criticism already, too. The lighting has been toned down significantly. One thing I liked in the original version was the bright lights were super bright when you first went into them. That was actually to mask it loading the environment. But they did it in such a way to simulate kind of the human eye and the way it reacts to brightness.
I like that.
And
I like how
I feel that was lost in translation, you know?
Yeah, I like how realistic the controls felt and, like, the light, like you said.
I do have some comments on the controls I'll get into when we get there, but I have tons of points of praise I want to bring up in the first couple minutes of this, so when we get to the actually in the menu, so we have a lot of points of praise.
Oh, this music.
Yeah.
God. My heels haven't quite... My wounds haven't quite healed from the last time I played this.
I also want to make this clear, we're probably not going to do a full game playthrough. Honestly, it might just be one video unless there's a lot of demand for us to keep going. because I'm sure all the other big YouTubers have already gone to this game. All right, here's another point of criticism. Original title screen was so much better. And original logo was so much better.
Yeah, this looks very modern.
Oh, I think it looks better than most modern logos, because I think modern logos and title screens look terrible.
That's true.
I'll throw the Breath of the Wild title screen. It looks horrible. Throw the Mario Odyssey title screen. What other title screens do you think of? They all look terrible these days.
Yeah, I mean, this one has like a cool font.
At least this one has person. It has like the clouds. It's not just red, like Mario Odyssey, which was a good game with a terrible title screen.
Yeah.
Ooh, what happens if you... Oh, it just plays that again.
Oh, your controller is glowing.
Yes, so you actually haven't seen my PS4 in action ever, have you?
No, I haven't, because you never use it.
It's the first PlayStation controller with a good layout and has this weird light on the top.
It's like I can see it in the reflection of the screen.
Yeah.
It's so bright.
So I thought I'd point this out. Okay, in terms of settings, this is the first improvement. You can turn off the tutorials, but more importantly, you can turn off the hints for the puzzles. That is great, because the hints for the puzzle were one of my least favorite parts of the original game.
I needed them. Some of those puzzles were hard to figure out.
The other thing is you can actually adjust the motion blur.
Oh, really?
I like it up all the way because it reminds me of the original, but I might experiment with it lower later on.
That's good that they give you that option, though.
And they let you adjust the audio all independently, which is great. And they have this new midnight mode, which means the volume never goes past a certain level, which I thought was clever if you have like family and such.
Oh, that's a funny title.
So I did check, just like the original game, when it says normal for the camera, it means inverted, and when you hit invert, it means normal. I don't know why.
Because inverted is normal.
No, it's not. You're the only
Yeah, I know.
You're the only weirdo I know who likes inverted camera.
I take pride in being a weirdo.
But I do like you can change the aim sensitivity and the camera sensitivity. So that's a nice touch. And here's another cool one. For controls, you have a modern control scheme. And the original control scheme. Close to it, at least.
Okay.
I like that a lot, because a lot of the controls probably feel outdated to people. But as someone who still stuck in the 6th generation of game consoles, I like the classic controls. I prefer the rematch ones because I like jump to be X, but unfortunately that also switches the grab and camera zoom buttons, and I like grab on R1, and there is no way to set it the way I like it in-game. I can use the PS4's universal button mapping, but I'd like to avoid that if I can, because that fucks with the menus. And it's another cool feature. They had all these different galleries. So for concept arts, you actually unlock the concept art by playing through the game with all these different challenges. And I think that's so cool. They even acknowledge the reminiscence mode for after you defeat a Colossus. Now I will say, I have one major criticism here, and that is that major spoiler right there, which I'm blurring out in the video. They actually spoil the end game in the menu. Jesus Christ, what are you doing?
Yeah, what the hell?
So that was stupid of them.
Yeah, better blur that out.
But you also have these different images of them all, which I can't wait to. I'm going to do 100% this and probably platinum this too. And they also have that secret there.
Oh come on,
God.
you're not supposed to know about that. Oh, geez.
And they have all like environment artwork. It's just like, this is a nice touch. I like that this is in the game, because if I maybe were to criticize one thing about the original game, is that after you beat the main story, there's really nothing left to do.
Yeah.
There's this little bit of optional content, and it's good that there's nothing there your first time through, because I think your first time through it is better with nothing else in it. But and there's also comparison images to the original game, which seems a little cheesy to me, but okay. See how much better the visuals look.
That's kind of cool, though.
No, I like that. And this is something I'm not sure about. They added an easy mode.
What would easy be like?
I actually have no idea, so let's try it.
Oh, okay.
I have never seen easy mode, because the original game was just normal and hard.
Yeah. Oh, there's that hawk.
I do love the way the environments look so much.
It looks really good.
I haven't seen this cinematic either, actually, in the PS4 version, because I kind of figured last night that we were going to do this today after school. So, this is my first time seeing them, too. I do think you can see a little too much detail in here, though, before the door opens up.
Oh, yeah.
And that lighting's what it's supposed to look like when you go outside.
Right. Wait, in the original, was it just, like, black?
Yeah, it was, like, pitch black until the door opened up, which I thought was cooler.
Yeah.
But... Okay, I'm just going to say this. As someone who's played the original that many times, I'm going to notice every little change they made. You know?
That's a cool shot.
No, it is. It is. I do like all the like little foliage out there, like the plants and the grass growing in the stairs and stuff.
Yeah.
Just those little subtleties, you know? I will say something very nice. The scenery and terrain looks exactly like how I remember it in my head looking.
Really?
That's a good sign.
That's good.
And that's a completely different neigh.
They recorded new horse clips.
They hold a microphone to the horse. All right, there you briefly saw his face. I hate his redesign. I cannot describe to you how much I think they missed the point of the character's original design. But we'll get to that. We'll get to that after the cutscene's over, probably, when I have more time to like move the camera around.
Wait, did they record new voice clips and everything, or?
I feel like they did. I feel like they did. You see him?
He looks so young.
I think he looks too old, actually.
Really?
He looks distinct.
Huh. I mean, by young, I mean like 20.
Well, there's the thing. In the original game, you didn't know if he was a teenager or a young adult or if he was 30. And that was intentional. The art style of the original game was nondescript enough that you couldn't tell how old he was.
Yeah, I liked that about it.
And
you
I
could
think
kind of like interpret it on your own.
Making him distinct like this kind of takes away from it. Because, okay, for those of you who don't know the story, we're actually about to get into it. One of the keys to the story is that the relationship between this man who's just called the Wanderer and the girl he's carrying, right there, as you can see,
Yeah.
is that you're not supposed to know what their relationship is. The traditional interpretation is that they're lovers. But the art style was, like, stylized enough that you could maybe see them as siblings, because their faces didn't look too different from each other, you know? You could even see one as maybe being the parent of the other if one's 16 and the other's 32, you know? But they made it look too distinct. I know how old he is now.
So
he looks like he's 20-something.
They look like the same age now.
Yeah. So it kind of confirms stuff. I think these are different voice clips, but they sound very close.
I haven't played it enough to notice.
He sounds slower. So this is a fictional language done by, I think it's Japanese words with a kind of a Latinish grammar, and every word was spelled backwards. So
That's so cool.
yeah.
And this is the same writing too, right?
Yes, these are the exact same script. But it sounds like different clips to me. I wonder if it's the same actor then.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'd also like to say if we ever were to Let's Play this game, we'd talk over a lot less of the cutscenes. But this isn't really, as I said, this isn't a Let's Play. This isn't really designed to show off the game. This is just a video for us to talk about changes we notice and what we think of them.
Yeah.
Compared to this is for someone who's already played this game.
Let's react to.
But I am blurring out the spoilers in the menu just in case you haven't played this game and you're watching this anyway.
Yeah, don't want to spoil it. It would suck to have all these, like, the plot twist at the end ruined for you, so.
I don't like the new horse noises much. They're not as good.
Old aggro was better.
And his face just looks too detailed. I don't like it. It looks almost uncanny, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
With the original one, I liked how blurred and nondescript it looked. I don't know, there's something about the sword looks too ornamental to me. I kind of liked the original, just like a rusty old sword, you know?
Yeah. Because he's not supposed to really know how to use a sword.
Another issue I have with his design is they made him look a little too fit, I feel like. He has more muscle tone than he originally did.
He was scrawny.
He was scrawny in the original. I like that, because he's not a warrior. He's just some dude.
Yeah, he's just some dude who wants to bring this girl back to life.
It made it super relatable as a story, you know?
Yeah.
These are completely different clips.
Oh, yeah, that's
and I do
completely different.
not like them anywhere near as much as the original clips.
It doesn't sound as creepy.
No.
I feel like.
Well, it doesn't sound as ominous.
Yeah.
It's too subtle. And that's different too, I'm pretty sure.
That's a different voice.
Yeah. He just looks too old to me, because I always picture him as being like a teenager.
I always pictured him being like 20-ish, which is like...
But that's the good thing at the original. You could picture him whatever age you want, and
so
it
it's
fit
like
with the style.
they kind of picked the age that I pictured him as, but at the same time, it's like if you don't picture him being 20, then that ruins it for you.
Yeah, no, it's... And his movements look too uncanny.
He is moving more than he did in the originals, and he...
Yeah, and it's like that uncanny valley sort of thing where it looks kind of human, but not really, you know?
Yeah.
But I mean, like, that's just a flaw of the technology. I'm not gonna blame the game for that.
Yeah.
So I think with her, it's like they gave her too much of a distinct age, you know? Mm-hmm. Also, the text appeared too early. It appeared before he started talking. Yeah, I don't like the way they made Dorman sound. It sounds too quiet.
Yeah.
And the two voices are too out of sync with Dorman.
That's true. They kind of like spoke at the same time.
No, in the original, it sounded like it was just one voice that was also two. If that makes sense.
It just sounded like two people, or like two or however many people speaking in unison.
Well, it was two clips that were then echoed a few times.
Yeah.
But here the echo's way too obvious.
Yeah.
It doesn't sound like multiple voices. It sounds like someone talking in an echo chamber. Like, that was so obviously echoed there.
Yeah,
you know?
I heard that.
And, like, I liked how in the original it was a subtle enough echo that just sounded like multiple voices at once.
Yeah.
I thought it was if thou art to defeat those colossi. Script change.
Ooh. Getting rid of some words.
I don't know, that might be the same, actually. Usually in my replays, I don't pay too much attention to the cutscenes. And the music's way too quiet.
Yeah, you can barely hear it. I mean, I realize I'm only wearing one side of my headphone, but...
And, okay, he looked too unsure there. The original, the way he said that line sounded so much better, and his face looked so much more determined.
Yeah.
I missed the point of that, but I feel like the music was supposed to be overwhelming there. I also have a unique interpretation of this game. I feel like the music was intended to be the main character's emotions and thoughts throughout the journey. Mm-hmm. So I think that the volumes of the music were very appropriately picked for that interpretation. Yeah. The music is way too quiet. It's supposed to be overwhelming at points. It's not dynamic enough. Even though it's the same music, they just kind of like did a dynamic range compression to it.
You bet in this one it was...
Oh! That was painful.
What?
Oh!
I didn't hear that.
Alright, what were you saying?
I forget.
Something about the music change?
Oh, that it's just like static now, like the same volume.
Yeah, it's too static with the volumes. So yeah, I do not like his redesign. I did not like when he said, like, it doesn't matter. Do you hear how bad that echo is?
Yeah.
I don't like how his voice sounded quivery and he looked a little, like, unsure.
Yeah,
it's
come on,
like,
you're not unsure. You know what you want to do, man.
But that said, okay, now we get to the actual game.
How does it feel?
He controls very different.
Really?
If anything, it's really responsive.
Can I try?
Yeah, sure.
Just real quick.
Yeah, sure.
What is jump in this game?
X.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, oh my god, it's so fluid.
And, no, ironically enough, this
go.
is the one game where the more fluid controls take away from it. What the
Just grabbing onto the butt.
That's new. I know that's new.
Yeah,
his clips
you
are all
didn't do
different.
That's the same.
That's the same. He did a different one before that.
Yeah, that's the same voice clip.
That's
there.
awkward. That said, now let's get back to the good stuff. The environments look great. I love the way the grass looks. I love how it like bends away when the horse steps over it. Mm-hmm. It's like, that looks good. You know?
Yeah. Wow, that looks really good.
I did have a concern though. When we stepped out, you weren't blinded by light for a few seconds like the human eye would be when you step outside into a bright light. They got rid of that effect, and I realized that effect was a result of a technical limitation, but it really fit with the style.
I know.
So there's that. The HUD is completely different too. It's just like a little icon down there for your different weapons. I actually haven't fired an arrow yet. Let's see if it...
Look at all the grass blowing, too.
This feels a little stiffer, actually, than the original.
Really?
And do you see the new stamina?
Oh.
I do not like that anywhere near as much as the original stamina. And we'll get into why, actually, a little later. Well, first off, when you charge up, it's like these white squares that go out from the middle like in the original, but the whole thing kind of glowed white when it was charging the original, which I liked so much more.
Yeah.
Because that was really easy to tell how much of it was charged without actually having to glance at it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oi. Let's see if this is still the same. I mean, this pretty much feels the same, pointing the light
Is
where you
it?
need to
Yeah,
go.
that looks the same.
I feel like the camera angle's a little like lower down than it used to be, which is just like a small change, but music's way too quiet.
Yeah, I can
and I haven't
barely
turned
hear
up
it.
all the way.
There it is.
That's so quiet, jeez. It's like there's nothing else to listen to in this game, so...
Oh, I love this music, though. Ooh.
Yeah, this game has the best soundtrack I've ever heard in my life. And that's saying something, because Xenoblade's also my top 3 favorite games.
Oh, yeah. I definitely know what you mean by how the music is kind of representative of his thoughts, though, because this music totally fits with, like, going up to the first Colossus.
Yeah, so the stamina, like, it's harder to read at a quick glance, I feel like, you know?
Yeah.
It's not quite as distinct. The other thing, the controls feel so floaty. When you jump and platform, you feel like you're Mario. It, like... I liked how weighty the original felt, because I felt that added a lot to the immersion of it all, but... And this is on the classic control, so...
Yeah, this is a game where it's like you had to be fully immersed.
I honestly advise anyone who plays the game to play it in one sitting if possible.
Yeah.
It's about 8 hours long, but it's totally worth it.
I did it in one sitting. It was totally worth it.
It's a completely different experience that way, I feel like.
Yeah.
You're supposed to be exhausted by the end of it all, you know?
Yeah, you're supposed to be like exhausted and angry and frustrated.
Yeah. Oh, actually, there's another minor change I want to go... Not minor, it's a pretty big change I want to
Oh
go
wait,
over.
was that jump there any different?
No, it's the exact same. It feels a little more fluid. So, in settings, we already showed these off. Where is it? There is a new set of settings somewhere. Oh. Display. Where is it? I saw it recently. First off, this is cool. It stores all your stats,
Oh.
which I think is really awesome.
It has distance on foot and distance on your horse.
Not only that, it even says how many times you beat each Colossus on each difficulty and your
0.
fastest times. Isn't that cool? Well, it's because it's a new file.
Yeah, I know.
Settings, game. Oh, there we go, HUD options. Okay, so one of my biggest complaints in the original game was I thought the heads-up display, the HUD, was completely unnecessary. You know when you're dealing damage because you see blood. A direct hit, pretty much one hit would kill you, and other than that, you'd hear your character panting. And with the stamina, it's kind of the same deal. You know what I like about this? You can turn off the HUD.
Oh.
That's awesome. The only one I think you need to know is stamina.
Yeah.
And even then, I could play without it, and that looks so much better to me.
Because you just know the...
I've beat the game 100%, so that's really nice. You can turn that off. The other thing I want to point out is you have a screenshot mode.
A screenshot
Which you
mode.
can go take screenshots. But not only that, okay, where is it? You can like change the targets. You can like manipulate the camera and stuff. There's these cool different filters though.
Oh, whoa,
And
that's so cool.
you can play with any of these filters on if you want to.
You can play it. Well, I kind of like that last one you were
This
on.
one?
Yeah, that looks... It kind of reminds me of the original.
Yeah, that kind of does look more like the original, kind of the washed out feel. I really like the, where is it? I like this one a lot.
Oh, that's so cool. It looks like an old movie.
Well, this is how Reminisce mode was done in the original. It's like a noir one. It's like, that's actually really cool. And you can play with those on. Not only that, you can independently change like the contrast, exposure, brightness.
Oh my god,
You can turn off a film grain.
that's so cool.
Yeah, that is awesome that you can do that. What else do we have
I've
here?
never seen a game do that before.
Mario Odyssey does that.
Oh, does it?
Yeah. And you can adjust like the colors here, you know? It's like, that's actually pretty cool.
Does Mario Odyssey let you play with it like that?
No, which is one thing that's got going for it.
How does his sword swing? Does it feel any smoother?
It's the exact same, which is good because it's supposed to feel clunky as hell. Oh, I fell. Alright, let's go beat the first boss, and I'm probably gonna stop there.
Alright. Yeah, I just want to see what this looks like.
So my other criticism, I don't like the way any of the Colossi look, and I have seen pretty much all of them on different YouTube videos. I think they all looked better in the original. Something about them just looks kind of fake in this one to me.
I don't see it yet.
It's more in like their face and their head. It's hard to put your finger on. I don't know, it could just be that I'm super attached to the original, but let's get his attention, shall we?
Yeah.
Alright, buddy.
Has he always been that size?
Yes.
Oh.
They didn't change the size. If they did, it's subtle.
Huh.
Made the blood a little more obvious.
The fur looks pretty good, I think.
Yes, the fur looks great. I don't know, look at like his hand there. It just doesn't look right to me.
I guess so.
I don't know. I think it might just be because like the environments look so real and the character models look so fake by comparison. As opposed to like the original where everything looked kind of fake.
Yeah.
So.
Alright, I'm gonna quickly put my headphone. I just want to see.
Oh, thank God they didn't change the music at all, right?
The music sounds quieter to me. I don't
Yes,
know.
it is. The sound effects are too loud. But luckily you can adjust them, but I still feel like by default they're too loud. But no, this pretty much feels the exact same. It's a little easier. He shakes way less.
Really? This is easy mode.
Well, this is.
too.
I played it on normal last night when I was trying it out. All I can say is on normal, they made it easier.
Really?
On easy, this looks pathetic. Let's go take him down, and that'll be it.
Alright.
That was it?
Oh my
Jeez.
God, he's dead
They
already?
really did make easy mode easy.
Wow.
Now I want to see if hard mode is actually as hard as the original. They turned that down, too.
Wow, would anybody actually... You would not get the full experience
Yeah,
by
okay.
playing it like that.
So, honest recommendation, if you're playing the PS4 version your first time, play on normal or hard. I guess preferably hard because they made normal mode too
That
easy, it
wasn't-
felt like.
Yeah, that wasn't even a fight. Look how big that thing is, and it's dead already.
Oh, you also can't use your weapons anymore after you beat them. Until the cutscene.
Ah.
At least you can do the action. And they made those look too menacing. And they even made like an evil sound effect when they hit you.
Yeah.
It's like, oh gee, I wonder what you're hinting at. It's a little too obvious. They got rid of the fade, which I don't like as much, and this just doesn't look as nice as the original. The original loading screen looked so much cooler. And they made like the voice there a little too loud, I feel like, this early on. The other thing is this loading screen lasts way too long. It should have been done by now.
There we go.
So, honest recommendation here, I have played through the PS2 and PS3 version multiple times, and I'm gonna 100% this version too. My stance is the definitive version of the game is still the PS3 version. I like a lot of the changes they made to this version of the PS4, but a lot of them I thought were just completely unnecessary and missed the point of the original. I'm gonna wholeheartedly recommend the PS3 version. PS2 is pretty close to that version if you only have a PS2. The only difference is that PS2 version runs at the frame rate of a sack of potatoes, whereas the PS3 version is at least mostly consistent with 30. I'd also like to point out, for those of you wondering, this is being played on normal PS4, not the PS4 Pro. I do not own a Pro, and I don't plan to own one. If you're playing on a Pro, you can get either 1080p 60 frames a second or 1440p 30 frames a second. On the base, which is this, it's just 1080p 30. Although I'm actually recording at 720p because of bitrate limitations.
Yeah.
But there you have it. That is my stance on this. I would like to thank you all for sitting through us yapping the whole time. Like I said before, if you really want a full playthrough of this game, it's something we'll certainly consider. I don't know if you beat this version or the PS3, though. I'd probably prefer to do the PS3 one.
Yeah. It's
Well, that
the
didn't get
version.
destroyed enough. Its head's still there.
Oh, come on. Break that thing up. But yeah, I think this game looks really pretty. There are some things about it, like his face looks like
Awful.
too distinguished. And
But no, my stance, I don't know about you, my stance is the original version's better.
yeah,
It's like the things like the voice lines, the music being too quiet.
Yeah, I'd
the-
probably
the
say
different
that-
loading screen, the super obvious foreshadowing there with the black spaghetti.
yeah. I mean, I'd say that I probably prefer the original, but that being said, this one seems fine.
No, this is
Doesn't offend me.
This is a good enough version if it's all you have to play, but I would say this is not the definitive version of this game.
Yeah.
And I realize that's going to fly in the face what every big YouTuber out there is saying, but guess what? I'm not a clickbait YouTuber. I'm a real YouTuber, and this version's solid but not amazing.
Yeah.
All right, thank you all for watching. This was Fabulous Fish,
And Karatui 101.
and we'll see you hopefully tomorrow when a real Let's Play video goes up.
Yes.
Bye.